Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm taking a look at Transformers Collaborative. This is the Jurassic Park box, which looks amazing. We've got Tyrannocon Rex on the left, Autobot JP93 on the right, and I think this is the set that I've been most excited for since it's been announced. I'm really tempted to try and display it in the box, because that box, seeing the Jeep from the original movie upside down, I mean, seeing this Jeep over here is, that's just such a hit of nostalgia. Seeing the T-Rex right here with that background, it's really, really wonderful. Again, normally I don't show boxes, but I think this box is pretty neat. And then we do have the bio, Tyrannocon Rex right here, in different languages. It's just awesome. Not much else to say here. Let's go ahead and get them both out of this box. And maybe I'll see if I can keep it as a Studio Series style display. And we'll cut right back with them out of the packaging. Alright, and here is Tyrannocon Rex and JP93 out of the packaging. And yeah, so you can, it takes up a lot of real estate, but you do have the room to do this as a full, a full display piece. You can keep this piece if you want, or you can go in behind it and remove it carefully. And yeah, it's an awesome, I really just, the fact that we've got this upturned car here to pose her on is awesome. For scale, I guess here is a little Titan Master, and that, that's a little on the small side, but it feels about right. And in relation to each other, I think they feel correct. We do have in the packaging, we've got the shotgun for JP93, and that's obviously referencing Muldoon's shotgun, which is terrific. I really like that we got that. And yeah, this, as a vehicle, is I missed one set of thing around the tires. There we go. As a vehicle, this is a really solid little deluxe car. I like the way it rolls. It looks wonderful. This is an incredible paint job to me. The decal of Jurassic Park right here looks so good. The 04 looks really good. The painted lights, the canopy piece. This is incredible looking. This is maybe the best paint job I've seen on a Transformers figure. I'm trying to think of a paint job that's just wowed me like this. And it's not perfect. We have slight mismatches here in terms of paint. And it looks like they're both transparent plastic, so I'm not 100% sure why one is a little brighter than the other, but we get it on both sides. Yeah, but other than that, it's just that fade right there. I know I'm gushing a lot about the paint job, but it's because it's really, really good. We've got the stripes. For me, this is a hit of really strong nostalgia. This is probably what G1 fans feel like all the time, because I am just kind of gushing. To get it in comparison, here's against Bumblebee, just something I have in alt mode. Yeah, so you can see this is a small deluxe, but this is definitely in the deluxe size, no problem. And of course we've got Kingdom Megatron repainted, and I think with a new head sculpt. And yeah, this is a good mold. It was my figure of the year when it came out last year. It's a freaking amazing T-Rex, and she looks just as beautiful as she did before. We've got, a wonderful painted head. We've got the eyes. Now this doesn't, this, again, the sculpt doesn't 100% match the way the T-Rex looked in the Jurassic Park movie, but it's pretty close. The paintwork does a lot to hide some of the variations in the head's shape. It's really just that this head is, I feel, a little wider. And it makes sense because, again, this is the Beast Wars Megatron head design, but it looks really, really good. The paint, again, we've got wonderful striping. We've got a really nice two-tone brown fade. We've got the same fade. The paint job, and I've heard that this set is not selling very well, which is surprising and maybe to me a little unfortunate, because this is what I want to see more of. This feels like the strongest entry into the collaborative line. This might be my new favorite set, and I haven't even transformed them yet. And again, maybe that's just my personal bias showing. Probably, but it's just fantastic. I think it goes these, it goes the DeLorean, it goes Ectotron, then the jet, the X-Men jet, and then the last one is the fucking Top Gun plane. But yeah, this is, again, these look incredible. So I think I've gushed enough about just their appearance. We'll take a quick break. We will announce the winner for my previous giveaway, and then let's get these two transformed. All right, it's time to announce our winner for the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Mirage. Again, rules were in the last video review. Here are all the comments. If you answer the question of the day, then you got entered to win over here. We got 19 entries and ran between 1 and 19 gives us number 9. Number 9 is, Marcos Bolnus. Marcos, congratulations. You won Kingdom Mirage. I believe you won maybe a couple months ago or something. And I don't remember how you contacted me last time. So if you hit me up the same way you contacted me last time, I'll get Mirage packed up and shipped your way as soon as possible. Congratulations. Let's get back to the review. All right, now that we've announced our giveaway winner, there is one thing I want to do. We've seen the Megatron mold before, so then I've already done size comparisons there, same with articulation and all that. But for JP93, this is a new mold. I know originally we were thinking about doing, maybe Hasbro was going to do a Hound remold or something, but this is totally new. But I did want to compare it to some stuff. So here we have Classics Hound to see how they look together. And I still really, really love this Classics mold. I'm really glad we got just such a beautifully dedicated Jurassic Park vehicle mold. But yeah, this is still very much my Hound. And then, of course, we have the Siege Hound mold, which I guess we can get Rexy out of here. We've got the Siege Hound mold, so we can see how those three stack up against each other. And again, you can see, like, decent deluxe size. I feel like the scale is okay. Obviously, these seats are pretty big on this version of the vehicle. But other than that, like, again, it's a very nice-looking truck. And obviously, it's its own new mold. It's not a Hound at all. Okay, with that being said, let's get Tyrannocon Rex transformed super quick. We've already seen this one before, along with the articulation and all that, so this one will be a fast one. Alright, that's Tyrannocon Rex all transformed. And yeah, again, I keep calling her she. I'm assuming it's a she just because she's Rexy, and Rexy's female in the movie. But in this mode, I mean, I think they're obviously like trying to evoke strong like G1 Dinobot colors. We've got a lot of black, we've got a lot of red, but I find that things look pretty plain here. I also find that her head is very much on the wobbly side. I feel like, can I just pull this off? Oh, that's her torso. Her platform and her head are just a little on the loose side. I do like that head sculpt. That bright red paint looks pretty nice. But the problem for me is it's just so much black and red. That combined with the large amounts of brown in this mode, compared to how vibrant her like dinosaur details are, I wonder if they use so much budget painting the T-Rex portion to look as good as possible that they had to make some sacrifices in the robot mode. I would have liked maybe some silver here, maybe something to like Decepticon up this color scheme. I recognize that Megatron's already purple, so they probably couldn't use a lot of purple, but maybe some cool color to accent here, a blue or a gray or something. As is, she looks fine, but I think her T-Rex mode is definitely like the showpiece of what she is. She's got all the same articulation, you know, again, it's the Megatron mold. The only difference is this head. And yeah, I think the way this head is sculpted, it's got like a 3/4 hole back. Maybe that angle's better. If you can see that, there's a 3/4 hole back here. So it doesn't wrap around the ball joint completely. So that means at the slightest provocation, you kind of tap it a little bit, Oh, maybe not. That doesn't demonstrate what I'm trying to demonstrate. It has this tendency to flip back and snap back because of the way it's grabbing the ball socket. But other than that, I mean, that's a pretty minor complaint. And again, what I'd call this robot mode, it's a really good toy. It's an awesome $50 mold. The paint is serviceable here. The real reason you're picking her up is because of her T-Rex mode. And let's get Megatron here for comparison. And here is Megatron, and again, you can see kind of what I'm talking about in terms of the paint apps here that are missing. The thighs could have been painted. The upper thigh, I guess, could have been painted a different color. We've got 2 different tones on the crotch along with that purple. We've got the gray, the silver, the metal gray, that sort of stuff. I recognize that there was a lot of paint that was applied in the T-Rex mode, but I feel like Megatron also had plenty of paint applied on his T-Rex mode. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe the paint budget all went into JP93 to get that like accurate Jurassic Park vehicle or something. But again, they look good together, and I like having more than one T-Rex. I know I try and have the rule about not having too many of the same mold. But I got a soft spot for Jurassic Park and a soft spot for Beast Wars Megatron. So I think this is going to be an exception to that rule. Okay, with Tyrannocon Rex all taken care of, and in robot mode, it's time to take a look at the new mold of the set, which is Autobot JP93. And this is a pretty straightforward transformation. We're going to come in on the back, we're going to lift these 2 pieces up. I will say, I guess it's straightforward, but it is a little daunting just because there's so much clear plastic. We're going to flip these out. There's so much clear plastic because they wanted to get these clear windows in and they painted all around it. But that does make me a little bit nervous about transforming this guy too much. We'll see. I know if you're careful, like there's no reason to think that it'll just shatter on you, but I do feel like clear plastic, clear plastic we know doesn't have the shelf life that regular plastic does. Let's separate these legs and let's there we go. Again, it's me trying to be like just a little extra careful. And the transformation is, like I said, pretty basic. We're going to pull out a leg here, and we're going to fold this piece back down, forming our little foot. Same thing on this side. Pull the leg out. Again, it forms a nice little seal, and then we fold these pieces down, and they go just past each other, so they click. There we go. That is something that might worry me a little bit about stress. But we get a nice big chunk and boot out of it, and then we're going to come in, pull up these arms on each side here, flip them around so the wheels go up against the hood, coming and pulling that hood down, separates out this back piece, pulls down this part of his chest, and we get that classic like Autobot hood chest. I like that it does create a little break in his chest. When you come down, you can push it back down flat, but you can also, leave it up if that's your style a little bit more. And he's basically transformed. We just flip out these hands, if we can get our fingernail in there, on each side. Oh, that's a tough one. There we go. And then the very last thing is we have a slot right here and a tab on his hood that we can push in. And again, I'm just trying to be like a little extra careful. But here is JP93. And again, he looks like this is, to me, a very good imagining of what a G1 like Jurassic Park toy would be like. It's very much the classic transformation. Legs flip out, the hood turns into the chest, that sort of thing. I even think the coloring reminds me of G1 a little bit. Not like all the coloring, obviously, but the fact that we got these like weird black block arms reminds me of like just kind of like some of the hood's like proportional awkwardness. It works for me. There's a lot of nostalgia here, even though this is a brand new character. I really, really love that we got Muldoon's head and that hat. That is awesome. I like that like park ranger, whatever, adventure Man hat. That looks really, really good. Again, more of the paint just looks wonderful on all sides. And this is, I will say this is a bit loose, but this is a looseness that can absolutely be fixed with future floor polish. So in terms of articulation, we can spin that head around that far, not all the way around, but close. It does wiggle just a little bit. The shoulders can go up that high, but they can also go a full 360, no problem. They just run into that wing door. We've got a ball joint on the elbow, which is loose, but that can be future floor polished. We've got no real movement on the wrist. It can bend a little bit in transformation, but that's it. He does hold his gun just fine. We don't have swivel on the waist, which that one I'm disappointed by. I feel like the waist, this piece here, and then this piece here could have been two separate pieces that they mushroom peg in. Again, maybe it's a budget thing, but that does seem to be a bit of a bummer. The thighs can go almost the full Van Damme. They can get there. You just got to push them a little bit. You've got nice deep knee bends because of transformation. Yeah, his backpack does tend to pop out, which is an unfortunate thing. And then we've got not a ton of ankle tilt, but enough that you can recognize that this is a modern Transformer toy. And yeah, he, again, a little on the loose side, but he looks really, really nice. I will say, out of the two pieces, I think that this is like the better alt mode. The T-Rex is awesome. They're both wonderful in alt mode. This is a little better, but then Predacon, or every time, right? Tyrannocon Rex shows her quality in robot mode. And this, it's not the level of like some of those BotCon toys where like they're just a mess to play with. But you can tell that this is not like a mainline production piece. And I'd be willing to bet, at first when it was announced, I thought, oh, this is a pre-tool for something. Now I'm not super sure that that's going to be the case. Maybe they'll tighten it up and use the transformation on something. But it does make me feel really good to have him in hand and to play with him. It's a very Jurassic Park nostalgic toy that also feels like it could have been a reimagining of a G1 Transformers character. I really like just the style of having the wheels visible but hidden from the sides. Like, that's really cool. His whole look makes me really happy, and I am going to be tightening things up with future floor polish. Now, that being said, this is a 2-pack, and I believe the 2-pack ran me almost $100. Maybe it was like $120. I will check and put the price up here, whatever it was. That said, it's a $50 toy, and ostensibly, let's call it $30 toy. It's a new tool, it's a new mold, which does add a lot of value to the package to me. But it is a deluxe-ish figure. Oh, let's do a quick size comparison. Here we've got JP93 against Hound. Oh. And Hotshot, and you can see it is a larger deluxe figure, if that matters to you. But again, it's one of those things where like this kind of stands on its own. I don't know that there's a ton of value in comparing it to just other Transformers molds. It's very much, I feel, lives and dies on how much of a Jurassic Park fan you are, which I am a huge Jurassic Park fan. And I'd be super curious to see what the sales are like and who's been buying these sets. I think Transformers fans who like Jurassic Park bought it, but I also feel like there's probably a lot of Jurassic Park fans who bought this because, as far as I know, Tyrannocon Rex is like one of the best official Jurassic Park articulated T-Rexes, ignoring the transformation or anything like that. She's just a really, really good T-Rex. And to get the vehicle with it too, and like this display set piece, to me that seems like it's all worth it. But again, your mileage may vary. For a $50 toy and a like $30-ish toy, that's $80. If you're spending too much more than $80, I could see that if you're not a die-in-the-wool Jurassic Park fan, then maybe this isn't for you. But that's it for today. Again, a quick look. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. See you, everyone.